everybody, and welcome to another Spark of Genius Flesh and Blood production. I'm joined, as always, by my co-creator, co-commentator, co-caster, co-compatriot, Rob, and we have some classic constructed going into Pro Tour Baltimore, so this should come out the week of Pro Tour, I guess, but it's a matchup I think we're going to see a fair amount. I don't know how often exactly, but this is definitely a matchup where we've seen in the past the Rangers just going at it with all the new kind of equipment. So we've chosen Ranger v Ranger, which I don't think we've done before. Actually, we've just done Azalea and Lexi in silos versus other non-Rangers, but we haven't done this matchup before. So hypothetically, I think this matchup, depending on the build, that's the problem. It's always build based, right? People run different things that are good against different heroes. So I'm not gonna say one is super superior. I think Azalea generally has the edge, just because Red the Ledger is a hell of a card, and you can run Red the Ledger and then codex it. So you could just
six
Red the
Ledger.
So which Red the Ledger hurts a lot. Lexi is just like you just bend down for Red the Ledger. If they get early Red the Ledger, it's kind of doomed. So we're gonna see if one, that happens, and if I'm able to dig my way out of it, or B, if it doesn't happen, when is like the points that if I can, as Lexi, just spray and pray early enough, can I just put so much pressure that Rob doesn't really have like a
good window
way
to push through?
Yeah. And to that end, on the sideboarding side, I'm choosing the Bullseye Bracer Snaps. There's something to be said to running Purge Grapplers just because you can on a dominated Rend the Ledger with 0 buffs. You can block with a 3 block on your Grapplers.
Yep.
But then if literally any buff comes through, then you're not going to have enough block anyways, unless you give him like New Horizon Tunic.
Yeah, I'm likely going to be buffing something I dominate, but I mean, maybe I won't. Maybe I'm just so scraped for resources that I just got to give you what I have, and then you'll be happy you blocked it. But I think either way, you're okay with that.
Yeah, I'm going to try to use the Scalers just to put more pressure. It also very, very good. Scalers Bracer is very good for Bullet Shot turns, so you can like reload and get essentially Voltaire, load Bullseye, get a reload off Bolt and Shot. If they don't block it, get a 4th arrow. So it provides a lot of 4 arrow turns. I think I'm going to need those turns to actually win the game, and they're not that easy to get regularly. So I'm gonna keep that open. As far as the sideboard that I'm not running, we have where do I want to put it? I'll put it down here. 3 CNCs. CNC is good against Ranger, but it's better against Lexi than it is against. I would run into the mirror. Azalea has the arsenal. It's like, yeah, but Azalea has a bunch of 3 blocks. You just block with 2 cards. You pitch, buff, fire.
Yeah.
It's still coming in for like Azalea could still shove 8 in your face with 2 cards, 2 pitch cards in the arsenal by blocking with 2 3 blocks. So I'm not super keen on having to run CNC and it not being great in this matchup.
Plus, it can like break your hands too, right? Like you might get a really bad hand with the CNC.
Yeah, because I can't load it with Voltaire. I can't load it with Bullseye.
It's a red.
I can get it off of Codex. Yeah, I can get it off of Codex. It's a red. It's just fine. It's not super necessary in the main deck.
Yeah.
Codex of Inertia does block for 2. This is more I just needed the space for other cards being better. I think Codex of Inertia is fine, but I wanted to get to a clean 60. I really don't want to be running more than 60 cards in this matchup because I need my key cards as early as possible. So this just had to come out to get to 60. Death Touch is not really for this matchup. It doesn't really provide enough upside to warrant the fact that it first blocks for 2. So if I do need to block, it is like 1 less block I have. And second, it's not an arrow. Tar Pit Trap, Azalea doesn't really have attack actions with Go Again. It's just non-attacks with Go Again.
Right.
Doesn't really do much for this matchup. The E-Pod doesn't block. Again, it's more for the ice matchups. Oldhim, Icelander. And the Lightning Press also do not block. It's not for this matchup. It's mainly, again, for matchups where you have to really go above and beyond to get on hits. Oldhim being the big one. Also Dromai being the other one. So that's what these Lightning Presses are for, not for Azalea. So that is what I'm not running, and I'm going to be running a clean 60. I'm running Quiver of Rustling Leaves. This won't go to fatigue. Besides, I think I can fatigue him probably better than he can fatigue me anyways.
That is fair. So I'm just drawing almost every turn with Death Dealer, right? So maybe it keeps up with the 3 of a kind, but I think I'll be drawing a little more than you. Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, on the Azalea side, looking at this matchup, I'm thinking I can't race Alexi, so let's be as disruptive as possible. As Eric was talking about, Red in the Ledger is going to be one of the superstar cards in the deck, but I've got other ones that can also stop Eric's turns, so I prioritized disruptive arrows. I took out cards that didn't really seem to do much in terms of tempo. So to that end, I didn't want to like put this out there, not explain myself, but I took out the Lace of Bloodrot because it is damage, but Lexi's probably just going to take it and take the Bloodrot. It is 5 damage, but I really want to make sure that I can play buffs like Lace with Inertia instead of Lace with Bloodrot. Against Lexi, it's a lot better to play Lace with Inertia because she can't use her arsenals on the next turn, and she has 2 slots. So that's why I put instead of the Bloodrot. I, of course, took out Melting Point. There's no point to playing this card because there's no one-handed weapons, so it's a good buff, though, but it's not going to matter much. 3 Battering Bolts. I forgot to put the third one in. It's just a proxy for now.
Two and a half.
2.5. Yep. And then I took out the Ravenous Rabbles as well in favor of some D-Reacts. So I put in the Sink Blows and I put in 1 Boulder Trap as well. It might not matter too much because Eric decided to put the Snapdragons instead of Perch Grapplers, but had he decided to put Perch Grapplers...
You wouldn't know, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't know. So I put in that. It still blocks for 3 and it's a yellow, so, I have 1 copy. It's fine to put it in. But that should be it pretty much for the sideboard. Yeah, nothing much has changed besides added some D-Reacts, basically.
Yeah, I think your 3 blocks are definitely key, so siding out a bunch of those 2 blocks kind of makes sense. The Rabble is interesting because it also like serves as a side point to look at the top card. Keeping it Lace with Inertia obviously makes a lot of sense because like me not being... I can still use Arsenal, but me not being able to Arsenal, unless I work around it with Ponder. So if I get Premeditate and stuff like that, I am able to work around Inertia. However, I don't run that many things that generate Ponder, so it is still quite annoying if I'm not able to get it. My Premeditate Codex would be like the main sources, but we'll see how it goes. You also have Codex available to use.
I do. I only run the one though, the Codex of Inertia.
Frailty.
Frailty, not Inertia. No, I'm sorry. I run Frailty, not Inertia. Yes.
Lace with Inertia.
Codex of Frailty.
There we go.
Ready to roll? I got a 6. Oh, okay. You decide.
Ooh.
It's a good win, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now the problem is, I generally want to go second in most matchups just because I am the aggressor. However, if Rob lands a dominated red in the ledger, I'm essentially doomed.
Right.
Like that's essentially it. If he lands a dominated red in the ledger, I'm really on the back foot.
Yeah.
Giving Azalea that amount of dominated pressure, like a dominated frailty, anything crits frailty is also really bad because it's gonna hit every single one of the arrows I load.
Yeah.
And so
you probably want to go really first,
tricky.
Although it is nice to get that 6 card starting point, right? It is hard for me to dominate specifically a red in the ledger though, because I'm not going to be able to opt. I can knock. I can knock. That's true, and then reload, which I forgot last time that I get a reload with it.
You have not.
Yeah.
So essentially, you have 6 ledgers, right? You have 3 knocks and 3 ledgers. So.
Yeah, but although the ledger has to be on top of the deck, so things have to line up a bit.
I'm gonna go second. And
okay.
This I literally just said it's probably better, but I think my second is better than taking away your first.
Okay. I mean, I don't
know for sure.
I agree, and I have to get kind of lucky for the stars to align for me to be able to like completely ruin your next turn. Yeah. Okay. Tunic. Before I forget. And this is Perch Grapplers in case anyone's wondering. There's a lot of glare, I'm sorry. So that's Perch Grapplers for my boots. All right. Okay, well, I'm going to Death Dealer, pitching for Remorseless.
Yep.
And I'll draw a card.
I'm fully prepared to just like lay my hand down here because there could be a fat arrow coming my way.
Yeah, unfortunately, no buffs, so I got just fire it as is. Here you go.
Hashtag
unless I try to Azalea. No, but then I can't load. So
blind Azalea.
It has to be an arrow. Although it's interesting because do I really care about this 5 damage Remorseless? And I'm also wasting the Remorseless by firing it now because you're gonna block anyway. So maybe I should just take the high roll potential on this being like a disruptive arrow on top of my deck. That's my reasoning.
Sure.
I might not fire anything, but then I'm letting you cycle. So let's just do it. I've convinced myself that I want to try to get lucky on this. So I'm an Azalea.
Sure.
And top of the deck is a Rend the Ledger. Oh, that's kind of funny.
Right.
Well, here's a Rend the Ledger. I wish I had a buff. Crap.
Well, on the bright side, this hand is not very good. So you're not disrupting a ton. It's not like I had like crazy 3 of a kind turns going on, but
yeah, okay.
And that's the thing. Like I still get to draw up. Obviously, I'm going to block, but
yeah. Give me New Horizon.
No. It's one action, right? I'm not crazy. I know I've read
it's one action, not action card. Yes, one action.
Yeah, one action.
So luckily, Voltaire is an instant.
It is an instant. So I can. So I'm gonna block with Sedation Shot. I'm just thinking if I want to Voltaire this card in. It depends on how much I want to cycle. Unfortunately, I didn't actually draw a red arrow, so I'd have to be getting a. Sorry, this is the wrong arrow. This should be Infecting Shot.
Okay.
Essentially, it would be like, do I want to Voltaire this Blue Sedation Shot? Don't know if I do, to be honest with you. Now, the one action would literally be like Voltairing on my turn and firing whatever it is. But
right. Man.
I really want to cycle this out, and I think I'm going to, because I have Codex of Frailty. Turn 1 does nothing for me, right?
I can use this dice. There you go.
I appreciate it.
I'll get in the habit of using the dice from now on. Okay, 5 damage. I'll put it beside.
I'll take the 2.
Okay, sounds good. That's all I've got.
I did Voltaire on your turn.
Okay, yeah. I'll move to Arsenal.
Sure.
Sounds good, yeah. All right, pass to you. So the bright side is that I have a Rend the Ledger in my grave now, so the Codex of Frailty will have a good target from now on.
I'm going to pitch Bolton Shot to Voltaire.
Okay.
Choosing +1, because I cannot go again does nothing. So
yeah.
I did draw another blue Infecting Shot, so I guess I'm disrupting a small amount.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay 1. Unfortunately, I think my action is going to be blue Infecting Shot for 4. Blood Rot on hit. 2 cards in hand, but it doesn't really matter. Well, it could be a reaction. It could be a reaction. It's true.
So, I mean, Blood Rot is going to be really annoying. But
you paying for blood. You do not have an all-out blues in the Azalea deck, so it is annoying for you to pay enough.
I
have a lot more blues than you.
I don't really want to give you my Perch Grapplers this early, though. I don't want to give you 2 cards either, so taking 4 here seems really bad. Like, that's not a good idea.
6 as a Blood Rot.
You're right.
6 if you're not paying Blood Rot.
I think I've got to just give you 2 cards. I'll give you Drill Shot and Blue Bolton Shot. It's a shame that I gotta give you too much here.
Even if it was red, like the blue does the same thing, so that's kind of why.
Yep.
I'll arsenal this card, and then last you.
All right, 2 Nick to 2. I'm gonna cross wrap to flip over a red Infecting Shot. Opt 1. Sure. Let me think about that one for a sec.
What does that mean? Not awful. Not Rend the Ledger?
It's not an arrow, but it's a buff.
I mean, if it's a buff and you have an arrow in hand.
No, I don't. That's the issue. So I can't really.
That is a bit of an issue. Then.
I can't death deal with that. So, but I'm deciding if I want to keep this on top actually for next turn. Actually, no. I'll bottom that.
Sure.
And I'm going to Seek and Destroy. And pitch for Infecting Shot. Coming in for 8. It should be 8. Yeah. Yeah. So still a very good disruptive buff here.
Yeah. Seek and Destroy is...
you can't... So you discard all cards in your hand and destroy all cards in your arsenal during your end phase. Or I should say start of your end phase, right? Yeah, at the beginning of your end phase. Yeah. I was hoping to dominate this, but it is still 8 damage that you have to give me 3 cards for.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you 2 blue arrows. I'm just thinking about the third block here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so regardless if this was dominated or not, I do kind of stump your turn a bit.
Well, this is dominated, and my play pattern changes completely. But
right,
because I have two blue arrows in my hand.
Yeah, that's
Seek and Destroy is also very, very good because it destroys everything. And for me, that kind of matters.
That's a third of your cards, I guess, if you got 6. Although it would force you to play everything out if you could, and not keep anything in arsenal.
Block with Premeditate.
Okay.
Also, so I'll block 3, 6, 8.
Yep, that's a full block. I'll pass it back to you. Also, I would have put in the inertia arrows instead of infecting shot if I had them in the deck, but they're not part of the list.
Just get absolutely stonewalled. Is that something that I want to risk right now? Here is just like, do I want to put pressure or not? Right? Because I can pitch the card in my hand to just fire Sedation Shot. Unfortunately, my Tunic is not on 3. If it were on 3, I'd be able to just use Tunic, fire Shot, flip, and arsenal this card and have still 6 cards.
Yeah. Perk of starting. You get to be on Tunic first.
The Red in the Ledger helped.
Yep.
I'm going to risk it. I don't know if this is the right call. I'm going to pitch Endless Arrow.
Okay.
And play 3 of a kind from Arsenal.
Ooh. All right.
So I'm playing a little bit more like I block with 3 cards, but I'm going to get 3 cards back. And I hope that they're decent.
Okay. Yeah.
They're not terrible. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to Voltaire.
Okay.
Pitch 3 of a kind. I drew another 3 of a kind.
Oh, no.
So my logic here is I'm going to stack it with Endless, and if we get to cycle, I'm going to have 3 of a kind Endless, which is very good.
Yeah. Okay.
And I have all reds, so I don't have much of another option.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to Voltaire and Remorseless, giving it +1.
Sure.
And if this was not a red, I would have given it go again and fired the Sedation. But,
yeah. All right, coming in for 6.
I'm going to fire for 6.
Yep. Here's 2 Spire Snipings for 6.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Over to you.
All right. Tunic to 3. I will spend the Tunic to Death Dealer, putting in Remorseless, drawing. Okay. I guess this is fine. I will pitch for... Yeah. Pitch for Remorseless, coming in for 5. 2 floating.
1 in hand.
1 left.
Remorseless.
Remorseless is not the most disruptive card, unfortunately. But if you do take it, it's still an extra 2-3 damage based on what you play. Voltaire won't make you lose health, but the arrows you play will.
That's fair. We're going to block with this for sure.
What's face up in Arsenal, by the way?
Sedation Shot.
Sedation, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't have a red arrow or a turn 1, turn 0.
Right. And you got hit by by Red in the Ledger.
Yeah, it didn't help, but like it's still...
You would have still just played that off, right?
Yep. None of these options feel good. I'll give you 6.
Sure. I'll move to Arsenal.
Do that. It's not bad. I'm going to Premeditate.
Okay, yeah.
So +3 on the next attack from Arsenal, +3, and then if it hits again, a Ponder. I'm going to Tunic to Voltaire, Bolton Shot, giving it +1.
Nice.
I don't really want to like sit here and keep setting up turns while you have doing nothing in response here. So this is going to be 7. Ponder.
You've got no floating?
Oh, I wish.
Nothing in hand either, right? Because you blocked with 2 cards? Okay. You said it was for 7?
Correct. I said it was for 7.
Okay.
Oh. It's a little bit awkward for you to block, but maybe not.
Yeah.
It's 3 cards outside of a D-React, which is pretty good.
And the Ponder is pretty annoying.
I will get to Arsenal if I want to, which is kind of why I'm doing this play and not just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
My hands have been very blue, other than the one all red. It's literally been like...
Yeah, one or the other. Hot and cold.
Yeah. Yeah, and the 3 of a kind was a bit weak, but I just used 3 of a kind for a mid-range kind of swing here. I don't really need it to blow you out like I would against like Oldham. Like I don't really need to sit on it. I just need to take your cards.
Yeah. Okay. So you said it was for 7.
Yeah, 3 and then 4 from Bolden Shot. I don't have the big fancy die, but I have a 6 and a 1. If that helps.
Yeah.
The die on this sedation shot. Oh my god.
Such a decent hand coming up that I don't know what to give you. I probably take the 7 actually. Yeah.
Take 7 to give me a card, essentially.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'll get a ponder, but I'm gonna trigger it regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take that.
All right. Okay, tunic to 1. Oh, did I forget my dice last time? I'm gonna try to remember this. It's such a new thing to me, putting attack dice.
Fair enough.
All right. The reason I took that damage is because actually, before I do that, let me cross wrap. Just want to make sure I'm doing this correctly here. Yes, okay. Cross wrap flipping up a Rain Razor.
Sure.
Oh. Oh.
That is the question.
That is so interesting. Yeah.
Is it?
What's better? I really want to dominate, so I think I'm gonna bottom it. It would have been a good line though. It was Codex, in case you were wondering. Could have Azaleaed in, played some buffs, played Codex, read in the ledger,
Yeah, you could.
buffed, read in the ledger.
Yeah, or you can play rain and then
But,
pitch and then load an arrow and then do it that way. But
Yeah, but the thing is, I gave you the extra card because I'm going to be playing Knock to get Rend the Ledger, actually. So I really have to stop your turn, and you can still block out if I don't dominate. So I'd rather get a nice dominated arrow. So I'll take the Rend the Ledger.
I'd be very happy to block out that red in the ledger.
Yeah. No, we're going to play Knock. I'm not going to reload, unfortunately, but that is on top of the deck. And now I will Azalea.
Sure.
Rend the Ledger.
Oh no.
And I'm going to play Lace with Inertia. And pitch for Deadeye. And I've got 2 floating, fire, Rend the Ledger for 11 with the associated buffs. So Inertia is attached. So that's why I gave you the Arsenal card. I'm thinking Inertia is going to come into play anyway because I've got Rend the Ledger.
I'll block with Remorseless.
Okay, taking 8. Okay.
30.
All right.
Where's my inertia?
All right.
You get to take a card of mine, right?
Oh no, I don't, because it wasn't. There was no aim counter on it. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I can. I didn't realize I could have crow's nested this. That's so funny.
Oh.
Yes, I had a resource. Okay. Yeah.
Red drill shot, yellow bolden shot, Arctic incarceration.
Oh God.
2 cards in hand. 2 cards in
sorry.
arsenal.
I can't actually see this yet. Okay. So, is that a yellow Bolton? Sorry.
Your red ledger is gone, right? That was the one you fired at me.
Yeah, I fired it.
From
Sorry.
Arsenal.
This was the one I fired.
Yes,
I had nothing left.
You.
Yes. Thanks.
Thank
okay.
you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be the Arctic, I think. Yeah, Arctic.
Sure.
That'd be a pretty good 1-turn card, I think. 1 card turn.
It would, but not with inertia up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but it would have probably ruined my turn if you played that. Yeah. Okay, I'll pass it to you.
It's interesting because I'm gonna inertia everything to the bottom anyways, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to pitch Bolton shot and fire red infecting shot from Arsenal.
Red infecting shot. Let's see.
Yeah, if you didn't red in the ledger exactly, Arctic is very good to take out of my hand. But
yeah,
I had double arrows in my arsenal, so I would have had to like snaps it out or something. I don't know. It would have been a weird turn.
Right.
But I had a feeling I wouldn't get to use my whole hand anyways, so that's why I put it in there anyways.
Well, now is probably a good time just to play.
Really helping a guy out, helping me get the sedation shot out of my arsenal.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do a. I'm thinking Purge Grapplers, but I don't really care too much about the damage that much. Because this could. No, I think I've got to not be greedy. I'll give you the Purge Grapplers.
Yep.
And I'll throw in a sink below here.
Sort?
Yeah, I'll throw in a sink below.
There's just 5 though.
Yeah, no, I'm giving you 6. Yeah, I'd rather give you the sink.
Okay, so inertia is the beginning of end phase, so I think it's the drill shot and sedation. Go here, and then the bolted shot goes under, if I recall my correct ordering here. And then I pass you.
Sounds good. Okay. Tunic to 2. Yeah. I didn't really draw a good arrow. I'm going to be pitching Read the Glide Path to Death Dealer. Yellow Bolton shots. Draw.
Sure.
Okay. That is okay. I'll play Premeditate and fire the Bolton shot for 6.
You have a card in hand?
Yep. 1 left because I drew from Death Dealer.
Alright, well, I'm not scared of the on-hit. Not really.
Right. Yeah.
Should I be scared of the on-hit? If you have a 0-cost arrow, I guess I should be scared of the on-hit, but I feel like I don't know how many situations I have where I can take 6 without an on-hit of an Azalea deck. I'm just gonna block.
Sounds good. Yeah. I've got nothing to come up, nothing to follow that up with, so yeah, I'll move to Arsenal.
Sure.
All right. Pass to you. Okay. I guess Ponder will trigger, won't matter. All right.
No, I was about to say, I'm just like, if that's a 0-cost arrow, I just got insanely punished. Because then you get the 0-cost arrow and you get the Ponder, and I'm just like, dude, essentially. You get waste. But I have to take a risk somewhere because I'm already on the back foot because of the 2 red ledgers.
Yeah.
Which is what I kind of said before. If you get all your reds early, then I'm kind of doomed. But we're going to see, as I said, if I can claw my way out.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm going to pitch a sedation shot to Heat Seeker. I'm going to give it go again.
Okay.
Heat Seeker is the one where if it hits at the beginning of my end phase, put the top card of my deck face up into my arsenal.
Right.
So I have 2 floating. This has go again. Voltaire's triggered once. I will pay another 1 to fire. Heat Seeker
4?
Coming in for 5. Go again.
Oh, it's 5.
Yeah. You can't just sink it. But you can, but it's not going to cover it. I have 2 in hand.
And you gave it go again, right?
I give it go again. Go.
That's a good card to have right now.
Heat Seeker?
Yeah.
If I didn't have like good arrows, I just block, right? I don't.
Yeah, it's true.
Don't know if I could just go full aggro on you if you have red ledgers. I can't just. I take it and I don't really have a choice. So.
Yeah, I'll give you 5. Red Infecting and Lace with Inertia.
Infecting Lace with Inertia?
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Good enough to Rain Razor. I'm gonna Rain Razor it up to 7.
Yep, I got no react, so I'll take 2.
Yep. Just because like I do have another arrow and I'm gonna get the Heat Seeker trigger. And the end phase, so I'm gonna get another, another thing out of it.
So it's for 4.
And I'm gonna use my last Voltaire trigger for a blue. Unluckily for me, it's a blue searing shot, but that's life.
Okay.
This is gonna get in +1, obviously, and so this is gonna come in for 5. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5.
It would be for
you lose a health.
It'd be 6. Yeah. Okay.
No, it's 5.
2, right, but if I let it through, sorry, I'm just thinking like
6
damage.
6 effective. 6. Correct. Yes, I have nothing floating, nothing in hand. Heat Seeker will trigger regardless. So
you're getting a card.
The top card of my deck face up, which is good because face up cards in my deck means New Horizons online. So really any card can be face up and it's okay.
True. Yeah. Thinking, is it better to take the damage?
You'd have taken 8 this turn if you take the damage.
Yeah, it's quite a lot. I think I'm gonna give you this, and I don't really want to take 6 damage, so I'll give you my CNC and knock the Death Whistle. I was thinking of playing the CNC, but you can just block with 2 cards, and
then I still have a card in arsenal and 2 cards in hand, so it's
you
just
can
like,
still do something to me.
And if I draw, the thing is like if I draw 3 of a kind, then it's just like, well, now I'm back up to 5.
And I took 6 for nothing. Yeah, exactly.
For nothing, yeah.
Okay. On my turn, I'll just tunic. Yeah. I just tunic and pass it back.
Sorry.
Unless you
So
want to
heat
just...
secret triggers.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I forgot to heat secret trigger when
Oh,
I drew
okay.
up. It's just the red drill shot, it looks like, and then I'll draw 4.
That's pretty good.
Very good. Is honestly the only thing I can ask for is a red arrow. My tunic will now trigger. That sounds fine. Pitch blue Pathing Helix to load Voltaire Searing Shot red. I have 2 floating. Gonna have go again. It's gonna come in for 4 go again. And if it hits, you lose a life. 1 life. So it'd be doing 5 effectively. I have 2 in hand, 2 floating, and drill shot in arsenal, and I have tunic up.
All right. Yeah, I'll take 5.
That's terrifying. Okay. I will Voltaire again.
Okay.
Loading blue sedation shot, giving it go again.
Okay.
I will then fire it for 3 go again. If it hits, you gain inertia.
Yep.
So hand and arsenal to the bottom.
Sounds good. I will give you E-Strike.
All right, so I have so I can fire a drill shot, or I can use the card in my hand. You have 3 cards left. Azalea is more tuned than Lexi to the point where I know for a fact Azalea is on very few blues. So if I disrupt you with, say, a red Arctic Incarceration, I know that's going to be very hard for you to actually be able to push through that. I don't know
3,
for sure. And
3 frostbites.
3 frostbites. Yeah, so I don't know if you have any frostbites on.
I do not, but I'll just remember. It's okay.
Sure. So you have 3 frostbites, and then I pass. That does not have go. That does not have go again. I'm not crazy, right?
No, it does not.
That'd be broken. That'd be broken if that go again.
Wow, 3 frostbites. That is it's too much to recover from,
Yeah.
I think.
I'm hoping that dampens your plan a little bit before you take the second one with a another what's it called? What's the Deadeye? Like another Dead. The Deadeye taking the Arctic, super good.
You're right. Oh, okay.
That's right. Absorb disruption. I'm still Lexi. I still have ice.
I would have given you the fattest arrow that you would have seen ever if you didn't do that. Oh, my hand is all red.
So if you block Searing Shot, just for anyone watching, if he blocked the Searing Shot with like 2 cards and then blocked this, I fired the Drill Shot. Because then he probably only has a 3 block left. You can't cover it. I get armor, and then I also Incarceration. If he takes damage at all, Incarceration is coming on the field, and that's because he wants to keep his hand.
Yep.
Pro tip. Oh. I'm not a pro, but pro tip.
Yeah, it's an intermediate tip.
Wow. Expert, please.
Expert tip. Yeah, this would have been such a good hand. Yeah. Well, that Arctic really messed up my turn. So I'm just gonna. I gotta do something. I guess. I'll pitch. Seek and Destroy, Premeditate, and Read the Glide Path.
+9. Got it.
I was gonna do that and fire Red in the Ledger for 14.
The Ledger.
Well,
you can pitch 4 for Red in the Ledger, but
no, I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to waste it. So okay. I will Azalea this to the bottom.
Sure.
And it's a sink below. All right, I'm getting ready for your next turn. I'll pass.
That actually changes quite a bit.
Oh, actually, does that go face down? I forget.
No, it's face up.
No, it is face up. Sorry, yes.
Yeah, it's face up. Azalea's face up.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, he has sink below now? That's actually tragic, because now you have so much block.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the best thing I could have asked for, I guess, besides Codex.
Just or like any arrow to fire at me?
I don't know if that's better, because I get to keep this now. You just block. I don't know. Feels like I'm not going to do much if I just fire any random arrow and use my tunic for it, too.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel great.
Right. I'm going to pitch a drill shot, Voltaire load in yellow Bolton shot, giving it +1, firing it for 4 go again.
All right. Good time for sync. I will sync this.
Good time for sync. Did I actually block with this card earlier? How many of these do I have left in the deck? I want to be careful. I did pitch it away. Oh, I did pitch it. I'm thinking about Endless Arrow if I pitched one. I think I did. I pitched it for 3 of a kind.
Pitched it with 3 of a kind, too. I know you stacked them together, yeah.
Yeah. I will load Voltaire the second time.
Okay.
I'll give the Endless go again. Okay. I'll fire it for 4. So I did the Bolton shot first just because, like, I don't want you to just sink Endless, right?
Yeah, that's fair. I will be giving you 6. Deadeye and Bolton yellow.
Yep, that's fair. I will drill shot for 4.
I'll take the 4.
I will put one on your. Does Skullbone have a?
It has
armor?
1 block.
No,
Yeah,
right?
it does have 1 armor. Yeah.
The one on the cross rat arsenal pass.
There's a giant dice. All right.
Perfect.
Okay. Let's tunic for Death Dealer, bolted red.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock Rend the Ledger. I'm Azalea, Rend the Ledger.
You still get to like stop my turn. You see, this is where like,
yeah,
if I had 2 armor on my boots, I probably would have used it and just gone on my merry way. But
yeah,
okay.
Pitch the Codex of Frailty to fire it. I wanted to keep the Codex. I was looking for a way to get an arrow with Go Again on top, but I don't think I have any besides Bolted, and I wasn't buffing it. So I wanted to do that, fire an arrow, play Codex, and then put Rend the Ledger back. But I would have needed a resource to do that, so it's okay. Wouldn't have worked out anyway, probably.
Okay. This hand is actually like cracked. I'm kind of sad.
Okay.
Oh well.
Good.
You did to me what I just did to you, but you've done it to me 3 times already. I'll take 2. I'll block with blue bone shot.
Sounds good. All right, I'll pass to you. At least this way I guarantee myself some breathing room.
You want to know why it was good?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to Lexi flip this Rain Razors, which would have done really well with this Red Bull shot.
Oh, phew.
I have to use Tunic for this play? That's disgusting. Maybe I should block with Red. Bolton shot. It feels so bad. I really want Red Bolton shot later, though. I'm going to pitch Red Bolton shot to load Heat Seeker, giving it +1. Go figure, because I'm not going to do much. I'll use the Tunic to fire Heat Seeker.
For how much?
For 6.
It's a 5 + 1, right?
Yeah, it's a 5 + 1. Sorry, I should probably just do this. Because it's possible that you get like a shit ton of 2 blocks, and I still get value out of this.
You caught me on a bad blocking hand. Yeah, here's 7. Codex, release the tension, and a blue Bolton shot. Yep.
Arsenal pass.
I'm gonna Tunic and Arsenal pass as well. I wish I could have given you just 2 cards, but I had a bunch of 2 blocks. Only 1 3 block there.
It's actually pretty good you didn't give me Heat Seeker trigger, because the top card was kind of busted with Rain Razors. Okay, so I am going to Bolton shot for 4. 4 in hand, 1 in Arsenal. You know that card in Arsenal, though.
Yes.
Shocker. Well, I'm Bolton shotting. What could be in the Arsenal? I remember last game I had it face down, and you're like, "Oh, it's got to be Rain Razors." It's like this time now you know for sure it's Rain Razors.
You can't bluff it out this time, but that's
just call this 6 go again for all intents and purposes.
So I haven't just block for 6 here. Again, I have a bunch of 2 blocks. I'm drawing a lot of buffs together, which is not great. Block for 4.
Very, very clearly Rain Razor.
Yeah, I'll take 2.
Block for 4, you have 2 in hand, and you have that and that. All right, let me think here. So I do that. Oh, okay. I guess I could do that. I thought you were going to full block, so it actually changes my strategy a slight amount. I didn't think I did the reload, so now I have to figure out what I want to reload.
Right. Yeah, I'm banking on you not having 3 arrows that you can play, because you got to pitch for Voltaire also. So I'm thinking like you would have probably just loaded 2 arrows to fire. So I'm not too worried about.
Fair enough.
Oh, you can prove me wrong, maybe.
You're
20, I took 2. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'll reload. This is face down. Well, Lexi flipping up a red infecting shot.
Oh. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
It's funny. I drew into the second Rain Razors, and I was considering double Rain Razors turn.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, why not?
The rest of my hand is red. That's why.
Okay.
And so I can't pay for infecting shot, but because you let the reload hit, because I was gonna force through the reload.
Okay.
So even if you double block, I can force it through, right?
Yeah.
Now the problem if I do that is if I do that and load the infecting shot, then I can't get this infecting shot out. It'd be a double arrow turn. That's why.
Okay.
So 2 Rain Razors for 2 arrows, or 1 Rain Razor on 3 arrows, right? It's diminishing returns. So that's why I didn't do it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's gonna be infecting shot. I will pitch this rain razors. It'll be drill shot.
Okay.
Giving it go again.
Yeah.
I have one floating, so I've used Voltaire, and then I'm gonna fire it. Coming in for 4/6.
Oh. Yep. And the last card is yeah, of course it is
red infecting, which I can pay for, yeah.
Which you can still pay for. Oh yeah.
So I gotta like this arrow.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, this isn't arrow, but it's not a zero cost arrow. If this was a zero cost arrow, then that would be a different story. Yeah. But I cannot fire it. Because in this case, I would love to fire all of this. If this was endless, I'm being chillin'. You know, yeah. I'm in good shape. It is not endless. Or if it was Codex, I'd be super grateful if it was Codex. It's not.
That's fair. All right. So, well, I'm blocking for 5, so I gotta take 1. And you get to put a -1 somewhere. Tunic.
Yeah, that's the only
one
you got.
One -1 dice here. It's for sitting on both cards at once.
Yeah, I know, right? Is there any way I can get around this? I don't think so. I think I just have to sorry, not use Voltaire. I think I just have to fire the infecting shot. Yeah,
sure.
For 7.
So I'm taking 7 here. I got no more blocks.
And a blood rot?
Yep. I do have a blood rot token. Here it is.
I will arsenal my last card.
Okay. All right. On my turn, I am not paying for blood rot, so I'll take 2 more. Yeah. So, oh yeah, and I'm in a tunic, of course, as well.
You're gonna tunic.
Yeah. The misplay I was thinking last turn was I did Arsenal Codex of Frailty. I think I should have just played it out and not arsenaled it, to get my arrow and get a ponder, and give you the Frailty token. So I'll do it now. Yes. I'll play it out from Arsenal. I'll get something and I'll give you the ponder. Yep. I'll give me the ponder. I'll give you the Frailty.
I'll take the ponder.
Yeah.
Frailty's pretty good. Yeah.
Is it face up or face down? Sorry.
Face down.
It is face down. Would you have seen what it is?
Yes, you have to show me what it is.
Okay, yeah. So it is red ledger. Yeah.
Wow, shocked.
Big. Oh, was it mild shock?
Mild shock.
All right.
Small infuriation. Mild shock.
Yeah. I'm not gonna fire it because I have no resources, but I will draw a card. Doesn't really matter. At least I gave you Frailty. Yeah. That's the main thing.
Yes, which I do have. I'm gonna Lexi flip. The last card in my hand was another red infecting shot, so I couldn't pay for it.
Okay, yeah.
I was trying to think of a way that I could get like snaps bullseye, but it doesn't matter if I snaps bullseye because I still had a Voltaire trigger, but I still don't have the 1 to pay for infecting. If I have the blue on that turn, then I could pay for the last infecting and do another 7 damage to you and another blood rod, putting you at 1.
Yeah,
but I couldn't. I couldn't do that. Couldn't do that. So I will Lexi flip. Ooh, this is really disgusting with the Frailty here, but I'm still gonna do it because I'm bad. Okay.
Yeah, Frailty is gonna put in some work for sure. Yeah, it's probably gonna be 3 damage prevention.
Yeah, I'm gonna load Falcon Wing, give it a +1, but in reality, it's
just nullify the Frailty. 1. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be coming in for 3 go again.
3. That's fine. I'll block for 3. Boop. Blue Bolton.
I'll Voltaire again. Loading Remorseless. Which is quite good against you because all your non-attacks will start doing damage to you if you play them.
Yeah.
And you're at 10, so that's something to consider.
Yeah.
Now, do I want to give it go again? Or can keep that in arsenal.
Yeah, I guess you can't afford. I guess you can't afford both arrows if it's Remorseless and infecting shot.
Not unless I pitch my last card, but that's the key.
Sorry, that's true. You have 1 more card, yeah.
Yeah, because I had a 4-card hand plus arsenal. So Remorseless, infecting would be coming in for 4, which are still break points, which is nice. So one of them is bound to hit.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just kind of enough at this point of the game. Okay. I've convinced myself. I'll give the Remorseless go again and I'll fire it. So I have 0 floating. This is 4.
So it is for 4.
And if it hits, you'll take -1 on. You'll lose a health for an action card. Yeah. Any action card.
All right. I got to give you Bolton shots. I am taking 1.
Sure. You really don't want that infecting shot, huh? I'll pitch Codex of Frailty. I was thinking about like playing Codex, Because if I play Codex, I get a 0 cost, but then that 0 cost still gets -1. So Endless Arrow would be 3. Or like that's like the best 0 cost I have. So it still comes in for 3, and I'm like, I think I'll save it for a turn where I'm not railed. So I'm just gonna pitch this because affecting for 4 and affecting for 5 do the same thing unless you have sync below.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I think if you had sync, you'd probably block Remorseless with it. So.
I would have already. Yeah, I would have blocked already. I'm only gonna block with Drill Shot, taking 1, unfortunately.
And the Blood Rot. I'll take that action.
Yeah.
You have a Blood Rot?
There it is.
All right.
I
still have my codexes, so and I have 2 3 of a kinds left, so I'm in okay shape here.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to Tunic. I'll use the cross wrap to flip over Red in the Ledger, which you knew was there. Opting, that'll go to the bottom. Bottom? Yeah, bottom.
Will it?
Actually, no. I'll put it on top.
Sure.
And I'll spend the Tunic to fire Red in the Ledger for 5.
So you take 1 from Remorseless?
I'm taking 1, yes. Thank you.
And you have 1 card in hand?
Yeah.
Remorseless for 5.
Red in the Ledger for 5.
Sorry, Red in the Ledger for 5 is what I meant. So this card isn't super useful at the moment. I can block with this Falcon Wing for sure. I'm thinking if I really care about the...
Oh, the 1 action point? Or the 1 action?
I don't think... Yeah, because I kind of just want to load Voltaire once and fire an arrow at you. I don't think I really want to do much else here because you're going to be taking another 2 from Blood Rot or not have an Arsenal, which is fine.
Yeah.
And I think I want the Arsenal, so I'm just going to take 2 here. I've been redded into Ledgered.
Sounds good. I'll move to Arsenal. Pass to you.
Take 2
and I'm taking the damage, yes.
Yeah. Tunic to 2.
All right. Oof. I'm sweating. Sweating here.
Good. Should be sweating, I guess. Pitch. That for that. Yeah, I'll pitch Bolton Shot to load Voltaire. Searing Shot. Thank God this is not an action, like an activated action.
Oh yeah.
Like thank God it's an instant. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'll give it +1. I'll fire this for 5. So it's 5 or if you take anything, it's -1, right?
Yeah.
I have 1 in hand. No floating. I don't know what I'm doing with this resource counter. I'm trolling.
Yeah. I guess I'm giving you... Kind of funny. Yeah. I'll give you Remorseless, and I will give you Sync Below as well. I will sync.
Sure.
All right, that's 7.
Yep. I'll Arsenal Mouse card. Past you.
Ooh. Okay. Tunic to 1. Yep, it's got to be this. I'll use the cross wrap to opt. Okay. It doesn't really matter, I guess, if I Azalea this in. Oh, let's do it. I'm going to Azalea in a Spire Sniping.
Sure, so you get to find 2 thingies.
Yep, so look at top 2 cards in my deck and put them back in any order.
Sure.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter too much. Okay. And I will then play E-Strike for 7. Bottom of a card.
Oh. Not where I thought that turn was going. No. I was expecting buff, pitch, Spire for 8 dominate with like Frailty or Blood Rot or something. Or no, or a Sedation.
Yeah, I wish.
Okay, so that's interesting. What's my hands? My hand's actually like quite good. No, I'm taking 7 here. There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. I'm just like, play conservative? He's at 5 though.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll go to 3 on my Tunic. I'll Lexi revealing a Searing Shot. My other option was putting Bolden Shot, but I don't think I have that many buffs. I think I used both Premeditates, and I've used at least 2. I've used 2 Rain Razors, and the other one I just pitched. So I didn't think the chances of me getting a buff for Bolden Shot was high, so I pitched the Bolden Shot and kept the Searing Shot in case you're wondering. In case you care, you know? One of those scenarios where the only pitch card I have is Codex of Frailty.
Yeah, I've had that.
Yeah, I guess I will use it. It's kind of the reason I didn't block. Although I do have Tunic, but the problem is, I guess I can pitch like this and this. Okay, so if I pitch this for Tunic, as I pitch this for Voltaire, load this, use Tunic for that. No, but then how do I pay for the second Voltaire? No, I'm a dumbass. Never mind. Ignore me. Voltaire pitching Codex of Frailty? I think. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the right play. Yeah, I don't think I need the Codexes just yet. I will load in Heat Seeker. I'll give it go again. I'll use my last floating to fire it for 5 go again.
Okay.
Hits, I can put the top card face up and turn.
Sounds good.
I think I have to. It's not a may, is it? No, I have to. So okay. I have to put the top card. Kind of interesting to note.
Good to know. I'll block with Bolt and Red and read the Glide Path.
3 for 5?
Yep.
Sure. Okay, I will Voltaire again. Loading. Sorry, I'll Voltaire using Tunic. I probably should have said that out loud.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I don't actually have a resource to load Endless Arrow. Giving it go again.
Okay.
Firing for 4 go again. Your last 2 cards.
Yeah, I will. Here's Boulder Trap and Lace with Inertia.
Searing for 4 or 5?
Yeah, I die. Big game. I can't block that. All right.
The last card was Arctic Incarceration, so
no.
I'll just flip that, give you a Frostbite, and just make you.
I was thinking back of like one turn that ruined the game for me. Like that was it. It was the Arctic Incarceration.
That Arctic actually stopped you cold.
It was gonna be nice. It was gonna be 14 damage. Rend the Ledger. That would have just like chef's kiss. But
next turn. Oh, okay. My next hand is 3 of a kind, so it is coming.
Yeah, there was no hope. I think. Yeah, being at 5 as Azalea, I need some time to take a turn off. I think to come back big.
Codex, yeah.
Yeah, I had a double Codex turn, which wasn't great, so that's why I ended up blocking with one. I drew 2 Codexes. Yeah.
Oh, when you arsenaled one and drew the other, and you blocked with the other one.
Exactly. And on the turn where I ended up taking both the Remorseless and the Bloodrot Arrow, I had you probably saw me put back to the bottom of my deck, but a Rain Razor, so I couldn't block any of them fully. Or I could have blocked one of them fully and taken the full force of the other one, which wouldn't have made sense, I think, because I'd be over blocking the first one. So yeah, I couldn't really block effectively that turn. So it was a bit awkward.
You got the 3 value off the Codex. It was just on the second turn. Like you got the 3. You got 1/1/1 on my second turn, where you could have got 1/1/1 on the first time I did it.
Right.
I don't know if it would have made a difference one way or another. Like the infecting shot is still hitting. It's 5 or 4, but it's still hitting, unless you give me 2 cards, kind of thing, right? And I think there was an affecting shot both turns. Yeah, there was affecting shot both turns because I played one and arsenaled the other. Right. So it's coming both turns.
That's true. Yeah. I was surprised to see a second one get flipped up so soon. I was like, darn it.
Because I drew both, but I couldn't pitch to play them both. I'm probably gonna rewatch this, and I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I'm an idiot. I misplayed, but I don't really know. But I think the MVP of the game for me was infecting shot, because I got 3 blood rots off of this thing. Did I not? I think this thing always hit.
Yeah.
I feel like I got.
I feel like I only put the token on twice. Maybe I just forgot once, but yeah, 2 or 3.
Maybe it was maybe it was a nurse. No, maybe. Okay, yeah, it might have been 2, but at least 2. Dude, that's 4 damage.
It's still 4 damage.
That's a lot of damage. So I got off my hit effects. I got 4 plus 1 off Remorseless. Like that's pretty good. And I think that kind of exhibits the strength that Outsiders gave to both Azalea and Lexi. Like these arrows hurt. They really, really hurt.
100%. Yeah.
Funnily enough, I wasn't really able to show off Codex of Frailty because I never had enough pitch to play everything else without pitching Codex of Frailty.
Yeah. I ended up
which
playing.
Was kind of interesting.
The card that I normally pitch is Knock the Death Whistle, but I ended up playing it twice this game, which is pretty funny. I almost never play it, and then all of a sudden I'm playing it twice.
But then you get Red in the Ledger on top, right?
I think because Red in the Ledger was so premium in this matchup that I had to just get it as soon as possible, just to stop your turn.
Yeah, the game was definitely me on the back foot for the first half of the game, because the life looked evenish, but I was blocking every turn pretty much, or just
Yeah.
like I couldn't do anything on my turns.
I
But
think we were like
the minute
33 to 24 also at some point. So like I had a lead,
you
but then I
were
quickly
you were
lost the
leading in the
lead.
beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were leading in the beginning, and then you had you had some awkward hands where you had either all buff or all
Mm-hmm.
like you didn't really have the curated hand you
Yeah.
need as Azalea, but I was able to just mid range block like the one turn I'm just blocking, and then I have
Mm-hmm.
three of a kind, so I'm able to pitch three of a kind,
And still
and
come back with two
that,
or three arrows, right?
I only came back with one arrow because I drew another three of a
Oh yeah,
kind,
that's
and
right.
then
That's right.
drew red cards, but at least I came back with
Mm,
something, and you took seven off of that kind of thing, right?
right.
So I was able to turn. Like, it's not great, but considering I blocked with three cards and I'm still able to come back for
Mm,
something, is
yeah.
definitely a different way of looking at playing three of a kind. Whereas usually I'm used to playing three of a kind into like
Just keep everything and just
Oldhim.
play it all out, kind of
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
yeah. Like I need three of a kind. I need a Rain Razor, at least one. If not two, I'll play Rain Razors.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll like have an arrow already here. Play Rain, pitch, play three of a kind, draw two more arrows, and then try to like bolt and shot bullseye to
Mm,
just try to land like a 30 plus damage turn.
yeah.
Um, but I think in this matchup, you first of all, you don't need that kind of stuff because you don't have that many three blocks, and your three blocks are the one doing damage
Yeah.
because all the buffs are two blocks, right? And I think the arrow count for Yuki's build specifically is quite high. I have a lot of blue and yellow arrows to block for three. You saw me blocking with like two blue arrows multiple turns in a row
Yeah.
early game.
Yeah.
Um, and so while my early hands were like either all red or just like all blues and yellows, I'm
Yeah.
still able to block and play a more mid-rangey until you give me the opening. And then once you gave me the opening, I was able to kind of claw back with. I got the Heat Seeker Ponder trigger. It was
Mm-hmm.
a bit of a misplay when I did the. I had a card in hand and I had Heat Seeker and Rain Razor in the arsenal, and then you saw me hold the card, and I think it was too big of a tell that it's Bolt and Shot because the only card that I really arrow that I really, or it's not the only arrow, but it's just like a really good arrow to arsenal with Bolt and Shot. But it's too upfront. Like I really should have just like pitched it and not because I used my tunic because I thought I was being sneaky, but I think that was just a misplay because I could have used the tunic later when I needed the tunic to fire an arrow,
Right.
like that infecting shot, right? Like what if I had it for that other infecting shot? I could
It
have
would have been
snaps
at
infecting it,
one.
but yeah, it would have
Yeah.
been a one. So I think that was a pretty, in hindsight, fairly big misplay. I don't think I really needed to prioritize
Okay.
having a Bolton shot with the Rain Razors because you just
Right.
could block six anyways.
That's
Like
fair. Yeah.
it's either gonna hit or it's not. Like yeah, maybe you block for four, but I think scenarios I was like, oh, then I ended up drawing the other Rain Razor. I'm like, yeah, I'm an idiot.
Mm,
So the card on top, the Heat Seeker, would have flipped another Rain Razor.
right.
So it literally would have been a double Rain Razor turn, and I
Yeah.
would have been on Tunic. I would have
Yeah.
that was a big misplay. And if I lost, I probably would have attributed it to like
To
not getting 9 damage on that turn to finish
yeah.
the game.
Yeah. Pretty
Other
crazy.
than that, I think I didn't really sack. I thought the deck it gave me pretty decent turns, but
Mm,
like the early game was kind of weak on my ends. And you got the Deadeye my Arctic, and I was pretty sad. That was a very
right.
good turn.
Right. Right.
But then when I got the Arctic off, I think that probably like changed the
It made
tempo
up for it.
completely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I
and
had
that's why.
three reds and tunic available and
Yeah,
rend the ledger in my arsenal, so
yeah,
I could have played everything to or pitched everything for rend the ledger, but
yeah.
I
But
don't
then I
know.
just block.
You just block it. It's not the greatest. I managed to Azalea
It's
away
it's
for a
it's not
sleep buff.
dominated.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. But I was so looking
yeah.
forward to just playing all three buffs for free and then rend the ledger for 14. That would have been so good.
No, the Arctic definitely like the minute you didn't block, Arctic's coming down for sure. And
Right.
that's kind of like exactly why this card is in this matchup. Like this card is just for you. This is Azalea hate. This is literally like that's what Yuki's like. Yeah, this is Azalea hate.
Mm,
That's what this is right here. Because
yeah.
back when this was made for Chicago, she was expecting a bunch of Azalea to pop up. So that's why this
Mm,
is in the list, right?
I
Because this is
see.
the
I see.
Chicago Fuseless list, right? So that's why Arctic is in the list. It's just a very, very good card. That Azalea specifically, how many blues are you? You don't run many blues as Azalea. You're rank up some yellows,
Yeah.
mainly red cards, because you're you death dealer to draw a card and make up for it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you can't afford death dealer, you have something in arsenal.
Hmm.
Kind of bones, right?
Yep. Yep.
Um,
So
so I
yeah.
think it really was that one tempo. I just kind of stole tempo with that Arctic and kind of never looked back.
Yep. And I can't remember if I took I must have taken damage to do that turn. Oh yeah, I did because I took damage and you played Arctic afterwards, right? So I think I took like 6 damage or something like that, like something big. I went from
Yeah,
like
you blocked
22 to
the first one.
15 or something, and
Yeah, you
Then you
blocked the
did that
first
to
one,
me.
took like a damage, and then I think I did 6 to you or something. So you took like
Yeah.
7, kept 3
Yeah.
cards, and then I just like Arctic. Instead of firing the drill shot, I
Right.
just Arctic pass.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No,
So
that was a very good call on your part. Um,
yeah.
I probably wouldn't have played it differently because I don't you don't play around Arctic. You just kind of see your hand. It's like that's 14 damage on a red in the ledger. Yes, I'll keep that, and then and then you just
Yeah.
eat it if there's an Arctic.
Yeah, and that's an Arctic. That's the Randall Ledger with on hits. Like it's not
Oh yeah, it
just
was. Then there also was the
Inertia, I think.
premeditate. Premeditate was there too.
Oh,
Laced with
so you would have gotten
inertia,
another card too.
and it would have gotten
Yeah.
a card. And I think there was
I
also a
did I? No, it
seek and
wasn't Deadeye. It
destroy
was
as
something
well.
else.
There was seek and
Okay, so
destroy.
I don't get any cards. Okay, cool.
Literally, that was
Uh,
like a clean sweep kind of combo. Like I would have gotten
yeah.
the card back. Your
Okay.
turn was over. It would have been great.
Yeah. Anyways, so that was a game. Hopefully, people appreciated that a little bit more than the dash game, where it's a little bit a
I
little
got
bit
to play
solitary.
some cards. Yeah.
Yeah, it was back and forth until Arctic just like did
Mm,
Arctic things and kind of showcased why it's a sideboard for this specific matchup.
yeah.
If that didn't prove it to anyone watching, I don't know what will.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with that, if you like this kind of content, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And with that, from oh my god, from wherever you're watching in the world, have a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Bye for now.